So all morning we've been laying out the structure. So we've adjusted the structure. The original design is for a two-unit, two-room complexes. Now because of our time constraint, we've adjusted this into two one-room complexes. So this structure is two rooms that face each other. This room and this room. So you can see it right here. So we basically just changed that into one room and one room. So they laid out the structure on the ground over there, we did, based on these dimensions where the tire work's sitting. So I've increased that to make our structure sit on the center of the tire work, and also related it to the front face framing, 6 inches back from the edge of the tire. So we laid out that profile, and also we drove these stakes in the ground. Now those are allowing us to elevate the armature level, even though the ground is not level. So we just drove these stakes kind of randomly, and we put our bottom piece of steel on level. And it's the shape of our roof armature.
So are you saying these sticks are temporary?
These stakes are temporary.
Okay. So just frame and those ones like.
These are just being used to elevate the roof
to
armature
make the same level.
So basically what we're doing, we're building the roof while the walls are going up, so that we can go faster. So as soon as the walls are ready, we can take the roof and set it on. And so we have those two operations going at the same time. So these L's are representing where our steel is going to be going this direction. They're every 2 foot on center. 2 foot on center minimum is sort of the thing. Now these drawings aren't complete. We don't have a steel drawing. So I'm kind of making it up knowing our tolerances. 2 foot on center is the minimum. We're going to do that first, and then we're going to add to it until we feel like it's totally done. So I'm thinking the best way to proceed, I'm going to start getting the rest of the steel on for this one. I think you guys should, as a group, lay out the next one on the ground and get your stakes in and start following the same procedure I did. So I'm going to have you guys build an entire roof armature by yourself, basically. So to lay this out, I've adjusted these dimensions. So for one, instead of 10 foot 6, this is just 10 foot. So your first step is to lay out a 10 foot by 16 foot 2 rectangle. All right? So that represents the width of our dome and to where our center point of radius is, which is right here. Okay? That's our center point of radius.
Tell us the dimensions again.
10 feet. 10 feet by 16 foot 2.
Okay.
So the first thing to do is to lay out that rectangle.
Yeah.
So when I do that, usually I'll just find one corner, string a line long, stake it like somewhere out here, and then measure off of that and find the other corner. Then I'll measure parallel out. Lay 2 stakes, and then we're going to find a square point back. So I don't know if any of you guys have ever laid anything out or know how to find a 90-degree angle using a triangle. So if you pull, you got 3, 4, 5, or 6, 8, 10. If you pull perpendicular lines and you pull 4 foot this way and 3 foot this way, you should have 5 feet between those 2 points. That means you're square. So I would start by finding the one corner, pulling a string line beyond it, pulling your 16 foot 2 measurement and driving a stake along that string line. Then I would pull parallel out and get another string and get you a square line, a perpendicular line between those. So once you have this rectangle, then you can find this center point. The center of 16.2 is 8 foot 1.
So basically we place a stick in each of these points? We just place a stick in each corner and,
we're gonna use
and the center points.
So you guys can kind of split yourselves up. One person can just go ahead and start cutting rebar stakes that are 2 feet long. You're going to need approximately 30 of them altogether for the layout and for elevating. So we want to do 30 of those while a team of people starts getting the first rectangle laid out. Once the rectangle is square, we'll find this center of radius point and we'll pull that radius, 8 foot 1, which gives us our 16 foot 2 opening. So Let's say that, how many people do we got?
Probably about 10.
10? Alright. Let's say, how about you can start running the rebar cutter? Somebody can go ahead and grab our smaller gauge rebar and start marking out 2-foot length on it.
So there's actually 2 groups here, so I don't know if you want to do group 4 does one thing and group 5 does another thing.
Yeah,
easier.
sort of.
You get 2 groups of 10 easily.
Yeah.
So it could be anywhere, or
Yeah, I'm thinking we'll do it about right in here. So we have to, let's just take this rebar and shift it out into the field as well. 2 people could just grab this cutter bender, set up, yep, the whole thing, and bring it over.
Oh, sorry.
We got it. Okay.
I have some difficulties with speed. I mean, I don't understand how many centimeters it is.
Oh, yeah. You will learn feet.
Can you share that with me when we come home?
Yes, will send me an email and
Yeah, because then I don't have to write everything.
right.
So what should we do now?
So the way I like to do this, when I'm cutting the wire, I use my hand to make it. So it's between my thumb and my pinky. And then fold it. Then cut. Then one person can hold right on the mark,
You hold more.
while the other person does the tying. Now the tying looks like this. You go around once, you bend halfway, and then come back around, and see what that does. It's creating sort of a cinch now. See that, how it's looped through? So that when you take the tip of the plier, you go once, and then using the pry like that, that'll tighten it. And then go again. Boom, that's tight. That's how we want it.
Naintindihan kailangan mag-practice ng isa. Can they practice one with you?
Yeah.
So i-measure mo sa kamay.
right there. Okay, Rati, look.
Isa-isa, isa-isa.
Look.
So, you need to have each thing 2 feet. You mean this one or this one?
Kiri,
Tapos, ganyan ba? Okay.
Pero kalipot yung takuan. Kautod. Pero amo na ito niya kahugot. Pulong pa yung kuwan. Pag kahit ano ko pa ito. Hindi ka nga ni Mara magkita. Hindi ka rin hamaro. Hindi kailangan ko yung naman.
So, kayo dalawa, kailangan dalawang tao. So, one,
You could just get somebody coming behind and just make it mark 2, 4, 6, all the way down the line on a piece of rebar. You need 30 of them.
Where do you want to get the club one laid out then?
Let's lay this one out about 4 feet away from me. So as soon as I get you a couple stakes cut, let's go ahead and get our hornet and put it
No, it's fine.
We're going to pull a long line to another corner over there. Then we'll pull our measurement. Along that string line, then we can go ahead and make our 10-foot rectangle. Get it perfectly square. Yeah. And then the radius comes from there. So it's all sitting right here. See, I laid out the rectangle. That's your radius. Yep. And then I found the center thing of radius. Pull that radius after that. And then, so we drove these stakes along that. Once we figured that out, then we put a level marking all on the stakes everywhere so that we can suspend this bottom piece level.
So these go.
Yeah, these are temporary. They're just so that we could build it level over an unlevel surface.
Yeah.
So these are just suspending it level. So once it's ready, we'll cut these and then we'll pick it up off of it.